You so much for having me. I really do appreciate it. Many of you I've had an opportunity to interact with, and hopefully you know me as somewhat of an AI evangelizer. But the other thing about AI that I take very seriously is that I'm also an AI realist. What does an AI realist mean? It means that we have to deliver outcomes from AI. We're not just interacting with AI or implementing AI because it does cool things. We actually need to achieve results. The second piece of that is responsibility and safety. And those things go hand in hand. And today, more organizations than ever really need strong partners who understand what safety, what responsibility, but also what outcomes mean. Now, where are we from a realist perspective? From an FDA commissioner perspective, AI has done amazing things for them, and it's a big part of their future, right? We've seen that already. The next piece of it is most teams, most professionals within clinical operations teams have used AI in some way. Nearly 8 out of 10 have used AI in some way related to their job. But there's a gap, and that is why we're here. There's a massive gap between some incidental use of AI and actually operationalizing AI. Only 1 out of 10 clinical trial operations teams have actually implemented AI in a way that's scalable, repeatable, that becomes core to their processes. Why is that? What is the opportunity? And that is that AI can't fix what is connected to your workflows, right? We know this even at TCN. We introduce new technology, and then folks say, well, where do I have to log in, right? Where do I have to go? And I think that's one of the biggest challenges in the AI community for folks who have sort of started and said, well, we're AI first. Well, the site world is already full of solutions. They're already full of platforms, right? Do I need one more thing? And the answer to Ryan's point is no, we need less things. That's the entire goal. Sites have real ambitions around AI, and that is including reducing administration, increasing compliance, taking a lot of the burden off of the team members. And at the same time, sponsors certainly have very, very large visions in terms of what AI can do for them, in terms of transformation, in terms of ROI, but even creating competitive advantages. But how do we actually bridge that gap where both parties get what they want? Real progress has to be connected. If I were to ask you if a sponsor went twice as fast with respect to its clinical trial agreement negotiation, but a site did nothing in terms of improving its speed, would we really be optimizing? Would we really be achieving the goals that we want to? And the answer is no. When Ryan led off this morning, a huge part of his discussion was how do we bring sites and sponsors together in a collaborative way? AI is a perfect opportunity to see that even playing field where sites have AI, sponsors have AI, and they're both using it in a way that's very, very comfortable for them that fits into their existing workflows. And that's why we're so excited to have our partnership with Florence and be able to bring AI, not just the solutions that we built today, but the solutions that we're building tomorrow straight to the fingertips of the Florence user community. We have AI that is already working and is already delivering value. Hopefully you'll get a chance to come by and see us at the Contract Network. We deliver site markup, site red lines in minutes versus 5 to 15 hours. And Florence has audit trail analysis. What are two things that we have in common in that? The first piece of it is that we're tackling things that we're not focused today on what is the highest use case. What are things that we can safely implement where humans have responsibility, humans have the ultimate insight, but we're just solving baseline problems that people can be comfortable with, that they know this is a safe, responsible use case, but it's also one that's delivering outcomes. And here we see the next piece of Florence, where Florence is going to be flagging documents for quality control. We're just identifying missing pages. We're identifying gaps in signatures. Is that something that you feel like is an administrative burden? Is that a safe and practical use of AI? It's a great, great use of AI. And from here, where Florence goes and where the contract network goes is really about enabling the entire protocol, the entire site operations life cycle. And that's why I'm very honored to be able to introduce the little bit of a sneak peek of where Florence is going and where the contract network hopes to be able to contribute, and that is trial flow. Trial flow, when we talk about AI, one of the biggest concerns, if you haven't heard it, is transparency, right? How do I see, how do I know what the AI is doing? We had a great conversation, Chad and I did yesterday, about how do we explain to the audience or how do we tell people what's happening? Well, the irony is that there are a lot of things that we don't see. It's not just necessarily do we need to be able to explain or understand where things are from an AI perspective. How about the ability to actually flip the table and say, let's use AI to better understand where we are in our study startup. Let's understand better where we are in our trial as a whole. And trial reporting is a fantastic use case for AI. It's responsible, and it gives you the ability to actually use AI to create tremendous transparency. What's happening at any point in time? Where are we seeing those breakpoints in the trials? Where can we pinpoint the exact problems that are causing a problem in this trial or that are causing problems against all of our trials? Creating intelligence from your workflows every day, creating intelligence from an otherwise quite chaotic process is the vision and the opportunity where AI can go next. Thank you very much for having me.
O cara sinta pra cá.